Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we may just be doing a story time with this setup. You guys see me do a setup before on the ring. I use clusters and quads and yada 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 yada. Let's get to the story. So this is the first time this happened to me, and it's kind of probably not even the same. So let's start from the top. The client booked me maybe 2 months before, 2.5 months. She booked me a few months out before the actual event, maybe a week or a week and a half before the actual event. The client had, reached out to me like, oh, what's the color of the balloon? She had an event planner for this event. She reached out to me to ask about the colors of the balloons. And at first I'm just like, oh, I use this color, I let her know that I double stuff my balloons. That's not something I typically share with the clients. They don't know what's going on. They just see the colors that I send them and approve it or not. I usually don't go over that I double stuff and all that, because pretty much something that's a part of my brand. So that was a sidebar. Anyway, I let her know, I double stuff my balloons or whatever. And then I was like, wait, are you looking to add more balloons? Because if that's the case, then it would be better to just, add more balloons onto your order with me so everything can match. I don't want things to look tacky. And these was the words I was using. I don't think I said tacky. I said I don't want things to look off or something else. But, in the same realm of I don't want it to look tacky. If there's different kind of balloons, because I also did 4 centerpieces for this event. So I did 4 of the teddy bear centerpieces, and then I did this setup with the gold frame right here. And she was like, no, the event planner actually needed the color for her menu or something like that. And I was like, oh, well then, any, sage green or something like that will be fine. It will blend fine. You don't have to match it exactly. And she was like, okay, cool. Day of event, I get here. I started setting up a little bit. I look to the left of me and I see quite a bit of balloons on the ground. They not my balloons. They ain't mine. Who balloons is these? I'm looking. I'm like, who balloons are these? They not mine, you guys. These were the event planner, not another balloon artist, an event planner, because this is where I got confused at, and I want to hear you guys' feedback. This was the event planner balloons. She was also doing a complete other setup with arch panels on the opposite side. So you see this right here was like in the middle of the event. The middle of the venue. She was on the opposite side of me, literally, not too far. The venue not that big. It was walking distance. It was like 10 feet, maybe less. And she was over there doing another setup with arch panels with balloons that did not look like mine. And I'm going to insert a picture in here right now of what those balloons look like. I immediately called the client because I don't play about my balloons. Now, I let some stuff go, but when you in the balloons territory, this is when I speaks up, okay? So I reached out to her like, hey, we discussed this. I told you it wouldn't look good if you have someone else do more balloons and they don't match. And she was like, I didn't know she was doing balloons. She didn't know she was doing a whole nother setup. The event planner absolutely knew that she hired a balloon artist. So this is where my confusion come in. Because if you know she hired a balloon artist, why do you think it's okay to do more balloons? If you needed balloons for the third setup within this venue, because there were so many different focal points, I was confused on why it was so many and what were we doing with so many focal points. If you thought you needed balloons, why not tell the client so she can just have me do more balloons? Because she said she was totally fine with me doing more balloons, and everything could have matched. So the client was upset. She was grateful that I called and let her know, because I didn't want her to come in and be like, what's going on, what is this looking like. The client wasn't there, unfortunately. One of her family members there was an older lady, and you can tell she just wasn't trying to do too much, because the client and I were trying to figure out how we can I was trying to figure out how we can blend this stuff in. There was just a lot going on here. You can tell the lady, the the client family member that was there, she really wasn't trying to get into much, and I think she was just like, well, it looks fine. Once she said that, I was like, we ain't about to go nowhere with this. I did go to the event planner and, mention like, hey, it's a lot going on. Maybe we can blend some focal points. I'm gonna share another focal point that she had that I thought she could have used it with my balloons, but it was like they didn't want to touch my balloons. Like my balloons had something. They like, I'm like, okay, like we could have easily blended these two focal points that I just shared with you guys with. It was basically just props in a chair that the balloons could have been a part of. Yeah, so her balloons, so I went to her and I just kind of mentioned like, yeah, the client reached out to me about you wanting the balloon colors, and I told her it wouldn't be a good look to have two different kind of balloons, and she basically just said to me verbatim like, oh, we on two different sides. I guess two different sides of the venue, which makes absolutely no sense because they are two different. We in the same venue though. This is not a ballroom, and you can't see in the eye shot of each other, and you can literally turn right, turn left, and they right there next to each other. So, honestly, I can understand going above and beyond, but when you're if you're an event planner, if you hired a balloon artist, there's no need for you to also do balloons. Honestly, to me, it made no sense. It's like it was looking like you just wanted to go above and beyond. However, you end up biting your own hand, and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment box. This one really annoyed me, and I don't get annoyed easily, but again, when you play with me and my balloons, yeah, I get a little annoyed. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and this is what I end up doing, and I ran out. Hey guys, I'm back because I forgot to mention this, and this is really where my frustration came from. This was not like the client hired two balloon designers and we just happened to come to do, something for the client because she hired both of us. The client hired me, the balloon designer, and she hired an event planner. And the event planner took it upon herself to also do balloons that the client did not ask for. And as a professional, as another vendor, our goal at the end of the day is to give clients something beautiful, something that's cohesive, to learn how to work with other vendors, to blend our ideas, to blend our setups, whatever the case may be, so the client can be happy. And I was absolutely looking out for the client, because I've been on setups and I learned from other people's mistakes, and I can clearly see with two eyes that having two different kind of balloon setups, two different kind of balloon designs, we're not even going to get in how it looks, just how it actually end up looking, but just the fact that there are two different balloon colors and one is double stuff, one is not. The client at the end of the day is our goal. The client at the end of the day hired us to be professionals, to be an expert in what we were hired in. And if that's not your expertise, then there's no need to do it if you know they hired someone that it is their expertise. And that's just something I forgot to mention during the video, and I wanted to come back and say, because that was really why I was frustrated, because I'm like, well, our end goal is all the same. We all have the same end goal. And I'm not really into, someone trying to, I don't know what stage she is in her business, but I don't know. Yeah. So I'm going to just leave it like that. And, I hope you guys learned some lessons in this video as did I. And I'll see you in the next one.